So hopefully some of those tips and advice were really helpful. If you want to know more, feel free to reach out to us. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Ms. Anya Diller-Dunkel, who's going to talk about a little bit about who we are.
Awesome, thanks Gordon. I'm excited to get to talk to all of you a little bit about who we are at Bentley. So Nora, if you wouldn't mind just jumping to the next slide. So Bentley is located right outside of Boston, Massachusetts. We're just 19 kilometers outside of the city in Waltham. We were originally located in Boston, but when we were established in 1917, but in the 1960s, we grew too big for our campus in the city, and so made the trek 19 kilometers outside of the city into Waltham, Massachusetts. We have over 100 years of experience in the business arena. We were originally started as a school of accounting and finance, and have grown quite a bit since then. So in the graduate school at Bentley, you will get to meet people from kind of all different walks of life and all different areas of the world. So about half of our graduate population is international students, so 46%. And of those students, 58 different countries are represented. So again, those different voices and perspectives are really ever present in your classes. We have about 1,300 graduate students at any time. And from those domestic population students, over half of the US is also represented. So some of the resources that we have for you at Bentley, we have a world-class library. So along with everything you'd expect to find in a library, we have subscriptions to business magazines and journals that are available for you to use when you're doing homework, when you're doing research. We make that stuff available for you so you don't have to go out and get it. We also have meeting rooms that when you're working on group projects, you have dedicated space to go ahead and get your work done. We have 7 high-tech learning labs, and those are really places where you can use the most advanced technology to learn about the different pieces of business, the different areas. So for example, we have an accountancy lab, and you'll get to use all of the different technology and all the different softwares that you'll use when you're working in accounting, after you get your degree. So it won't be the first time you've seen anything when you get to your new job. Our trading room, which is where kind of you do in-depth finance research. It looks like any trading room you'd find, any stock exchange. We're actually a backup site to the NASDAQ, so everything kind of in there is top of the line. The numbers that you're going to see on the board are accurate. You're able to get your Bloomberg certification for free in there with a partnership that we have, and we have 40 Bloomberg certified terminals. So you're able to do that really in-depth research that I just mentioned. Another example I'll give is our marketing lab, where you'll not only get a chance to use that technology that I've been mentioning, but you'll also get to see, kind of processes in action. You'll get to see as companies come in and run focus groups. So companies like Mazda have come in, Converse has come in and done, focus groups and usability testing. We've had all different kinds of companies come in, and you can get to see how that works and be a part of it. Our graduate student associations and organizations are available, to kind of make your life at Bentley that much more vibrant. We have about a dozen or so organizations, and they run the gamut from, different cultural organizations to kind of different academic focuses. Basically, whatever it is you want to make a part of your time at Bentley, you're able to kind of work with other students to make those events happen and to make that happen, on the Bentley campus. And then our career services network, we really have a amazing career development office that will work with you from day one to help make sure that you have the skills of, kind of in your back pocket, the resources available to get the jobs and internships that you're looking for. So they will work with you on your resume, on your cover letter, on interview skills. You can start out with a 6-week class called Graduate Career Development, and again, kind of go over those basic skills, and they will be happy to work with you kind of all throughout your time to make sure that you have everything built up that you need to get the jobs that you're looking for. So as you can see, as we were talking about, a lot of times, you go to graduate school because you want to get a job. So You know, clearly our students do pretty well with that, considering 97% of domestic students reported accepting a job within 3 months of graduation. And these are just some of the companies that are hiring Bentley graduates. So you see, you know, EY, Accenture, McKinsey, Amazon. Really, this is just a small sampling of the places that our alums go on to work. So next I'll tell you a little bit about kind of the degrees you can get at Bentley, one of which is our MBA. So our MBA is structured where there are 3 different types of classes. The first area is our foundation courses. So those are going to make sure that you kind of have all of the skills that you need to dive deeper into the MBA. They're going to make sure that, you know, you have those basic statistics skills, those economic skills, accounting. They're really set up so that you have the building blocks that you need. The reason that there's an asterisk there is that those classes are sometimes waivable if you have taken the equivalent course at an appropriately accredited school and done well. You can sometimes waive out of those classes. So the range of classes that you need is 12 to 15 for the MBA. So that's how the foundation works. And then from the foundation, we dive into the core courses, the 6 core courses. And so those are things that are going to help you be able to cover all of the different areas of business. So you're going to take a class on strategic IT alignment, which is going to help you make sure that, you know, the company's goals and the IT department's goals are aligned. And that's really important. You know, we're seeing it, you know, especially now when everything is virtual, you know, it's so important to make sure your IT department has everything going and is helping make sure that your business can get done what it needs to get done. You'll take classes on global strategy. So how can you make sure that your company is really kind of maximizing its ability to do the most work throughout the world? How can you build up to be that kind of globally known name if that's what you're trying to do? You're going to want to, you know, design the value chain and maximize your value chain. You're going to want to learn about kind of how law and business work together and when you should talk to a lawyer to make sure that everything is staying okay. So these 6 courses are going to, you know, I just gave a few examples, but they're going to make sure that you have those different pieces of business kind of and those skills in your back pocket so that you're able to work in all of these different areas within a business. And then one of the things that makes our MBA really stand out is the fact that you can choose a concentration. So you get 4 concentration or elective courses that give you a depth of expertise. So these are the different areas in which you can, you know, differentiate your MBA. You may decide that you want that MBA, you want that breadth of knowledge, but you also really want to dive, you know, deeper into marketing, finance, accountancy, business analytics, any one of these areas. You decide that that's really you want some more in-depth knowledge. You then get a chance to choose, 4 different electives, and you can choose within those areas. I will note you don't have to choose a concentration, but you know, a lot of people like the chance to really go a little bit more in depth into one area along with their MBA. And if you do that and you choose certain concentrations, you actually are able to pair up, you know, your analytics degree or your a finance degree, accountancy, marketing. You're able to pair up those degrees with your MBA and you can share up to 4 courses. So those 4 electives that you're choosing with your MBA, you can share those with your analytics degree or your accountancy degree, so on and so forth. So next we're going to talk about our 8 different master's degrees. So we're going to start by talking about the accounting and finance degrees. So the MS in accountancy, we're the first accounting program in Massachusetts to earn AACSB's prestigious accountancy accreditation. As I mentioned earlier, we were a school founded on, you know, finance and accounting. So clearly we've got some experience teaching people, you know, excellence in accountancy. And in Massachusetts, completing the MSA satisfies requirements for coursework that you need to get the CPA. Next, our accounting analytics program. It's a STEM designated program for, you know, as you're thinking about that, you know, CPT, OPT discussion, this is STEM designated. And it's the first program of its kind. And you're not just taking those accounting courses with this, you're also taking computer information systems classes, finance, information process management, and management. You're getting kind of that more in-depth look at the analytics, you know, within accountancy. If you're interested in taxation, Bentley's MS in taxation is the largest in New England, one of the largest in the United States. And it's really where you're going to learn to develop and implement those successful tax strategies to really give you that, expertise in that field. Our MS in Finance, I will note, since even creating this presentation, our MS in Finance has been ranked again. We've actually been ranked the #2 best master's program by the Financial Times for 2020. Graduates from this program, you're going to get financial, analytical, big data skills. This field is going to grow, quite a bit in the next decade. That number may have shifted a tiny bit with everything happening with COVID, but it is still going to see huge growth, and, getting your degree from a place with that #2 in the country ranking will really help you accelerate within that field. So the next set of degrees are analytics and technology focused degrees. I will mention in terms of STEM that all of the degrees here are STEM designated. So first, our business analytics degree, talking about analytics in general, Bentley's been a leader in this area for over 20 years. And, the demand for qualified professionals with analytical experience is just growing and growing and growing. So getting a degree in that analytics field is just going to kind of help you get into those positions, get into those, professional opportunities that require a deep analytical experience. Our marketing analytics degree helps you gain all of the tools and experience that you'll need to become a marketing professional who not only has those kind of, general marketing skills, but you also are going to be able to, analyze large amounts of marketing data, things like determining target markets, segmenting the customer base. Really, this is just going to help you add additional value to your organization and make you that much more of an effective marketing professional. So I'm going to mention about our MS in Digital Innovation. This may not be, a super accessible option for a lot of you, purely because we're recruiting for our final class for the fall of 2020. And our application deadline for international students is July 1st. So, if you kind of have materials ready to go to apply to graduate school already and you see this and want to apply, that's awesome. But as Gordon mentioned before, you don't want to rush people with letters of recommendation. You don't want to rush kind of getting your materials ready. So if you see the MS in Digital Innovation and think it sounds really cool, but aren't ready to apply for the fall of 2020, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you about which degree might work, just as well, or be a really solid fit for you to gain the skills that you see here. The MSDI is set up to help you develop skills in areas of digital strategy, artificial intelligence, app development, IT, data architecture. Again, we're happy to help you figure out the best degree at Bentley to gain the skills within there that you're looking for if fall of 2020 is not the best time for you. And then finally, our MS in Human Factors and Information Design has been ranked the #1 graduate program by UX Magazine in the user experience field. So it's where you're going to gain an understanding of human behavior that informs experience, design and innovation, what you want to make and build, and how it's impacted by human behavior. You'll do, kind of a lot of research in that program, a lot of project-based learning to help you figure out how to build and kind of, produce and put into the world the most effective products or, tools that people will need. So those are our programs and ways you can get in touch with us. Follow us on all social media at Bentley Grad. We are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. It's pretty easy to find us everywhere. You can visit our graduate event page on our website. We are having events, like this pretty constantly. I know we've got a few, quite a few coming up just in the next couple weeks alone. So definitely visit our page, check that out. We'd love to see you there. And then you can set up an admissions consultation. Both Gordon and I, we spend a whole lot of our day talking to potential students. We'd love to talk to any of you about, individual questions that you might have about your potential application, things that you specifically need to know about the school. We would love to talk to you about that. I think we've got one more slide here. I'm not sure if it'll pop up. Yep. And so if you want to reach out to us, if you want to talk to us, again, we'd love to talk to you. You can shoot us an email at applygrad@bentley.edu. I know we listed both of our individual email addresses at the beginning. You can reach out to either one of us individually or to ApplyGrad. You can give our office a call at the phone number here. And then again, you can check out our website where you can find those events. You can schedule an individual consultation. You can learn more about us at the website here. I think that is kind of the end of our presentation.